Ousmane Dembélé has long been one of football's most fascinating enigmas. On the pitch, he's a whirlwind of explosive pace, dizzying dribbles, and unpredictable creativity. But off the pitch, he's a paradox. A global superstar who maintains a remarkably low-key and private personal life. How does a player known for such flamboyant, electrifying football live a life defined by simplicity, structure, and introspection? Today, we're diving deep into the lifestyle of Ousmane Dembélé, exploring the values and habits that shape the man behind the magic. At the very core of Dembélé's world is his deep, unwavering connection to family. Despite the fame, the massive contracts, and the nomadic life of a professional footballer, he remains tightly bonded to his mother and extended relatives. They were instrumental in shaping him, and he still relies on them for focus and emotional grounding. Those close to him often point out that his inner circle is unusually small for a player of his caliber. While many modern footballers surround themselves with large entourages and PR teams, Dembélé trends in the opposite direction. He's reserved, insulated, and intentionally private. This explains why you rarely see him in the tabloids for off-field drama. Even in the age of constant social media updates, his personal accounts remain carefully curated and understated. He's a man who lets his football do the talking. His multicultural background, with roots in Mauritania and Mali, has instilled a strong sense of identity that colors every aspect of his lifestyle. Dembélé often emphasizes the importance of his heritage, immersing himself in the languages, cuisine, and traditions passed down through his family. Food, in particular, holds a special place, whether it's traditional African dishes prepared by relatives or clean, athlete-focused meals cooked at home. Nutrition has become a defining part of his daily routine. This is a significant evolution from his early days at Rennes and Dortmund, where youthful indulgence sometimes got in the way of elite performance. Now, as a matured athlete, he has found a perfect balance, integrating disciplined eating habits with the cultural comfort foods that nourish both his body and his soul. Another defining trait of Dembélé's lifestyle is his well-known passion for technology and gaming. Since he was young, he's loved video games, and he often spends his downtime playing with close friends or teammates. For him, gaming is both an escape and a form of bonding. It helps him disconnect from the relentless pressure of professional football while maintaining important social connections. His home is reportedly equipped with high-end gaming rigs and custom setups that turn leisure into a fully immersive experience. But what's interesting is how he uses gaming. It's not about fierce competition or dominating digital leaderboards. For Dembélé, gaming is about relaxation, humor, community, and stress relief. It's another way he keeps his world small, focused, and positive. Despite the stereotypical image of footballers living flamboyant, extravagant lives, Dembélé has never embraced that culture. Yes, he enjoys the luxuries that come with his success, but he consistently chooses comfort over showing off. His fashion choices reflect this mindset. You won't see him chasing every high fashion trend. Instead, he gravitates toward practical, clean aesthetics. Hoodies, tracksuits, and comfortable sneakers are his go-to items. When he does dress up, he prefers minimalist elegance, choosing pieces that reflect a quiet, understated confidence rather than loud branding. This subtle style mirrors his personality, expressive only when necessary, but quietly refined underneath. His approach to fitness has also seen a dramatic evolution. Early in his career, injuries were a persistent shadow, leading to criticism and speculation about his professionalism. But these challenges became a catalyst for a major shift in his lifestyle. Today, physical maintenance is one of his top priorities. His training routine goes far beyond what happens at the club. He works with personal strength coaches, follows specific mobility programs, and uses targeted recovery techniques. Hydrotherapy, cryotherapy, and regular physiotherapy sessions are now fundamental parts of his weekly schedule. He also places a huge emphasis on sleep, understanding that consistent, quality rest is crucial for managing the physical toll of elite football. These habits have transformed him from a player once seen as fragile into a far more durable and resilient athlete. Dembélé's lifestyle is also shaped by his spiritual and personal values. Faith plays a quiet but meaningful role in his day-to-day life, offering him structure and perspective. This grounded approach is evident in how he handles criticism and pressure. Many players crumble under the intense scrutiny at clubs like Barcelona or Paris, Saint-Germain, but Dembélé often exhibits a calm, almost detached resilience. You could argue that his lifestyle choice, privacy, family closeness, and spiritual grounding act as a form of psychological armor, allowing him to block out the noise and focus entirely on his craft. Beyond gaming, Dembélé has a deep appreciation for music, especially genres rooted in African, French, and diaspora cultures. Music is a constant companion in his life. It's not just background noise, it's something that shapes his mood and creativity. He gravitates toward rhythmic, melodic tracks that remind him of home, blending contemporary artists with traditional sounds. This connection to music also extends to his training, where he uses curated playlists to maximize his flow and concentration. He's not a showman about his musical tastes, but he loves sharing tracks with teammates and friends, using music as another way to bridge cultures and personalities. One of the most underappreciated aspects of Dembélé's lifestyle is his evolving relationship with discipline. In his early years, his raw talent often overshadowed a lack of structure. Stories, sometimes exaggerated, circulated about tardiness and a relaxed attitude. But as he matured into a husband and a father, his life became noticeably more anchored. Domestic life has given him a new rhythm that aligns perfectly with the demands of being an elite athlete. Family routines, shared meals, and the simple presence of his loved ones serve as stabilizing forces that help him maintain his focus. Teammates have noted that he seems calmer, more émaillé and more introspective since becoming a father. Finally, while he values his privacy, Dembélé's social interactions reveal a playful and humorous side. Inside the locker room, he's known as a source of laughs, lighthearted, witty, and sometimes a bit mischievous in a harmless way. But even this social energy is selective. He rarely extends it to public nightlife or party scenes, preferring intimate gatherings, dinners with loved ones, and quiet evenings at home. This duality reserved in public, but vibrant in trusted circles adds another layer of depth to his character. He's a man who navigates fame entirely on his own terms. Ousmane Dembélé's lifestyle is a testament to the idea that true strength comes from within. It's a quiet, disciplined, and family-oriented approach that allows his explosive talent to shine on the world's biggest stages. Few footballers have undergone such a dramatic narrative shift as Ousmane Dembélé. Once seen as an unpredictable prodigy with unpolished habits, he's now a mature, focused, and family-oriented figure. This transformation wasn't instant. It unfolded gradually, shaped by the turbulence and triumphs of his journey through football's elite. So, how did the unruly genius become a model professional? Let's dive into the evolution of Dembélé's lifestyle. One of the biggest drivers of this change was the immense pressure he faced during his early Barcelona years. A storm of injuries, massive expectations, new tactical demands, and intense media scrutiny could have overwhelmed any young athlete. But for Dembélé, these challenges forced him to reshape his entire approach to life. Today, his lifestyle is defined by a quiet discipline that is a world away from the stories that once followed him. The old criticisms about lateness or inconsistency have been replaced with praise for his professionalism and dedication. This shift didn't happen in a vacuum. He built a strong support system around himself, including fitness professionals, nutritionists, physiotherapists, and mental well-being advisors. His home environment became a sanctuary, crucial for maintaining this newfound stability. Those who've seen his personal spaces describe them as warm, modern, and designed for comfort, not for showing off. Instead of extravagant decor or flashy symbols of wealth, Dembélé's home reflects a mix of practicality and cultural familiarity. He invests in technology like smart home systems and entertainment setups, but he rarely indulges in unnecessary excess. His lifestyle is modern without being flashy, sophisticated without being over the top. Where he does invest heavily is in recovery and performance. His home has designated areas for stretching, mobility work, and physiotherapy equipment, allowing him to stay consistent even on rest days. Elite football is a game of micro details, elite quality, hydration, muscle balance, and Dembélé now embraces this reality fully. His morning routine often starts with light mobility work, followed by a breakfast tailored to his nutritional plan, usually lean proteins, whole grains, and fresh fruits. Hydration, once a weak point in his early career, is now something he meticulously tracks throughout the day. After training, he frequently engages in personalized recovery sessions, either at the club or at home, ensuring his muscles stay resilient against the explosive demands of his playing style. His diet reflects the same even. While he still enjoys comfort foods from his heritage, they now fit within a structured nutritional plan. He loves dishes from West African cuisine, rice-based meals, stews, grilled meats, but these are now balanced with guidance from nutritionists to maintain peak performance. He's become much more conscious of portion sizes, meal timing, and nutritional content. On match days, his meals are light and focused on energy. On recovery days, they're adjusted to support muscle healing. This awareness highlights his maturity, the ability to blend personal preferences with professional necessities. But beyond athletic discipline, what truly defines Dembélé's lifestyle is his commitment to peace and privacy. In a sport where a constant media presence is almost expected, he chooses the opposite path. He avoids unnecessary press attention not out of arrogance, but to protect his mental space. When he does give interviews, he speaks thoughtfully, often softly, and chooses his words with care. He doesn't chase narratives or try to manipulate his public image. He lets his performances do the talking. This quiet confidence creates an aura that's both accessible and mysterious, making him feel grounded yet globally admired. An aspect of his life that gets little public attention is his charity and community work. He doesn't broadcast his philanthropic efforts, but he has supported several causes related to youth development, sports access, and humanitarian aid. He usually makes these contributions privately, through intermediaries or discreet donations. For him, giving back is a responsibility that comes with success, something done out of duty, not for praise. Those who know him describe him as quietly compassionate, someone who prefers to act behind the scenes without seeking validation. This subtle philanthropy is another layer of his character, aligning with his philosophy of being meaningful, deliberate, and humble. His love for travel also shapes his lifestyle, but in a unique way. While some footballers go on extravagant vacations, Dembélé often chooses destinations that offer tranquility and cultural richness. He enjoys travel that provides a real sense of escape in nature retreats, historic cities, or quiet family trips. Journeys with his wife and child focus on privacy and togetherness rather than attention-grabbing luxury. He prefers experiences that refresh his mind, allowing him to return to football with renewed clarity and motivation. Whether it's exploring a coastline or unwinding in a remote spot, his travels reflect an appreciation for balance and introspection. Technology remains a big part of his relaxation. Beyond gaming, he has a fascination with gadgets, smart devices, and innovation. He enjoys exploring new tech releases, updating his setups, and experimenting with home media systems. This isn't just a surface-level interest. He genuinely likes to understand how devices work, compare performance, specs, and optimize his tools. In another life, you could imagine him as an engineer or a technician. His enthusiasm for tech is one of the few ways he expresses a playful hobby, collecting devices the way others might collect watches or cars. Speaking of cars, his approach is surprisingly modest for a footballer of his stature. While he owns high-end vehicles, he doesn't flaunt them or switch them out frequently. His choices prioritize comfort, reliability, and a smooth driving experience. He avoids overly customized or flashy designs, preferring models that blend luxury with subtlety. For him, driving is a meditative activity, a moment of solitude between the intensity of training and the quiet of home. He values the sense of personal space it offers socially. Dembélé is a complex figure. Inside the team environment, his personality is completely different from his public persona. Among teammates, he's lively and charismatic, often acting as a bridge between different groups and personalities. He loves to laugh, tell stories, and engage in lighthearted banter. However, he reserves this energy for places where he feels safe and understood. In public or with strangers, he becomes much more reserved, preferring to listen rather than lead the conversation. This duality gives him a chameleon-like social quality, adapting to his surroundings while staying true to his inner nature. Marriage and fatherhood had cemented this balance. His home life provides a sanctuary from the pressures of elite football, giving him a purpose beyond the game. He often talks about the pride he feels in being a father and the joy of watching his child grow. These experiences have softened the edges formed by years of public critique and high expectations, giving him a new perspective on challenges. When you look at Ousmane Dembélé's lifestyle, what stands out is how everything fits together. His family, culture, discipline, and even his hobbies all lock into place to create a refreshingly stable identity in the chaotic world of modern football. But there rests another layer to his life that becomes clear when you observe his daily rhythms, the quiet intentionality he uses to structure his world. For Dembélé, order isn't about being rigid or restrictive. It's the very foundation that allows his creativity to flourish, both on and off the pitch. His professional schedule follows a rhythm that maximizes his performance while keeping him mentally comfortable. Mornings often start early, but they're never rushed. He prefers to ease into his day with slow breathing exercises or light stretching before heading to training. On match days, his routine is even more precise. He eats lightly, choosing meals that are easy to digest but still provide the explosive energy needed for his unpredictable playing style. He listens to music that puts him in a calm, focused mindset. As he's matured, he has come to rely on these rituals to block out external noise and prepare himself psychologically for the intensity of top-level competition. What's even more fascinating is how Dembélé's lifestyle handles the constant uncertainty of football. The sport is full of fluctuations, injuries, tactical changes, and last-minute schedule shifts, but he maintains an inner steadiness, anchored by his personal habits. While some players get consumed by the politics and pressures of the game, Dembélé's lifestyle helps him keep perspective. He understands that football is both a career and a gift, but it's not the entirety of his identity. This separation gives him resilience. Setbacks sting, but they don't define him. This mindset is strengthened by his quiet commitment to personal growth outside of football. He's not the type to broadcast his side ventures, but he's always learning and improving. He's shown an interest in studying languages, expanding beyond French and his heritage languages to improve his Spanish. This isn't just a practical tool for him. It reflects his belief in bridging cultures and connecting with people on a deeper level. He's also curious about sports science and psychology, not in a formal, academic way, but as a means to better understand his own mind and body. These interests are subtle threads woven quietly but meaningfully into his life. Another side of Dembélé that's rarely discussed is his sense of humor. Teammates often describe him as one of the funniest guys in the squad, not because he's a performer seeking attention. He loves creating light-hearted moments, playfully teasing teammates, and easing tension during stressful times. This natural sense of joy is a huge part of his lifestyle, revealing that beneath the discipline and privacy, there's a personality driven by positivity. Of course, this humor never crosses the line into being unprofessional. It's controlled, respectful, and usually reserved for those he trusts. Even in his free time, Dembélé gravitates toward activities that bring him a sense of calm. Gaming is still one of his favorite hobbies, but he also enjoys quiet evenings watching films, especially biographical stories, action movies, and culturally significant films from African and French cinema. He has a soft spot for animated classics from his childhood and sometimes rewatches movies that bring back fond memories. These small rituals help him relax and reconnect with the parts of himself that are untouched by fame or professional pressure. His interactions with fans also show the nuances of his lifestyle. While he's naturally reserved, Dembélé is genuinely warm and gracious in person. He prefers spontaneous, human moments, small conversations, and heartfelt interactions over the orchestrated spectacle of big media events. He rarely turns away autograph seekers, especially young fans, and is known to go out of his way to make them feel noticed. But he also knows how to set boundaries when necessary to protect his family and his personal space. Fatherhood, in particular, has brought a transformative depth to his life. Hours that might have once been spent gaming late into the night are now redirected toward family rituals, bedtime routines, quiet evenings, shared meals, and simple conversations that strengthen their bond. His home is filled with the energy of parenthood, toys scattered around, children's laughter echoing, and the gentle chaos that comes with raising a young family. This environment has softened his demeanor, making him more contemplative and appreciative of life's quieter joys. His relationship with his wife also plays a central role in maintaining this stability. Their dynamic is built on mutual respect, shared goals, and a deep cultural connection. She is crucial in helping him maintain his routine, organization, and emotional clarity. Their partnership is grounded in loyalty and understanding, allowing him to navigate the demanding world of professional sports with confidence and balance. Together, they've created a home that serves as a true refuge from the external pressures of public life. But despite his commitment to structure and privacy, Dembélé's lifestyle isn't devoid of spontaneity. Every now and then, he enjoys surprise trips, unplanned family outings, or the simple pleasure of discovering a new restaurant. These moments of spontaneity help keep his life fresh and his worldview open. He values living in the present, especially during those intense periods of the football season. What truly ties his lifestyle together is his evolving philosophy on personal joy. For Dembélé, joy isn't found in extravagance, but in small, meaningful experiences. Music shared with loved ones, playful moments with teammates, quiet evenings with family, a well-designed gaming setup, the sound of laughter in his home, or the satisfaction of a perfectly executed match. These experiences shape a lifestyle that is grounded, authentic, and deeply human. On the pitch, his unpredictable style might look chaotic, sudden bursts of speed, unexpected changes of direction, moments of magic that seem to come from nowhere. But off the pitch, his life is defined by order, calm, and connection. The contrast is striking. The chaos of creativity paired with the serenity of personal structure. This isn't an accident. It is the result of conscious choices made over years, choices that allow him to perform at the highest level without losing himself in the process. Ultimately, Ousmane Dembélé's lifestyle is a testament to the power of balance. It shows how a global superstar can remain grounded, and how a high-profile athlete can protect his privacy. His life isn't a display of football opulence, but a portrait of discipline, joy, and humility. In a world that's increasingly loud and demanding, Dembélé stands out not for seeking attention, but for intentionally avoiding it. And it is this very combination, extraordinary talent wrapped in an ordinary approach to living, that makes his lifestyle so compelling and admirable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look into Dembélé's life, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of football. See you in the next one.